Hello and welcome to today's video. I am so happy to have you here. If you are new, my name is Lauren, and if you are returning, then thank you so much for coming back. In today's video, I am going to be talking all about how we can start our weeks off strong. If you are in academia like me, then you are likely preparing for the start of a new semester, or you have already launched into a new semester. And if you are not in academia, then you are likely beginning a new year with your job, and I am sure that we all want to start our years off strong. And in order to do so, we have to start each of our weeks off strong. So, if you are interested in learning how you can prime for a wonderful week ahead, then this is the video for you. In order to start my weeks off strong, it actually begins on the weekends. So I want to share with you something that I have been doing recently that has been really helpful. So on Sunday nights or on the nights before I start my work week, I will prepare a large meal. This meal will not only be dinner for us that night, but it will also be lunches for the rest of the week. So I've shared before that lunches are difficult for me. It's difficult for me to get creative and figure out what a good and easy to make meal is. So I typically work from home, so I'm able to do a little bit more preparation as needed, but I really like to not have to do that. So I like to not have to take much time out of the middle of my workday to focus on creating some sort of a lunch for myself. So if I can come up with a lunch recipe that is ready to go quickly and easily, then that is ideal for me. This week, I made this wonderful sheet pan chicken. It had chicken thighs, carrots, chickpeas, and onions. So simple. I whipped together a really quick sauce that had some tomato paste and some spices along with lemon juice and olive oil. And I will be sure to link the cookbook down below that I have been using. Another quick hack for coming up with recipes for the week is to find a good cookbook that has a variety of meals that are both appetizing to you, but also that, again, pack that nutritious value. That way, on Saturday or Sunday morning, whenever it is that you are putting together your grocery list for the week, you can just flip through that cookbook, find a few recipes that look great, and there you go, you have your lunches for the week. So again, we're talking about quick solutions here that can help set us up for that strong week ahead. This was the best meal that we have had in quite a while. We served it with some crusty buttered bread. And not only was it great to have that as our final meal of the weekend before we launched into our week, but again, we have those for lunches throughout the week now. So my message here is to really embrace a smart preparation approach. In order to ensure that we're starting that week strong, I think it's important that we prepare in a smart way. So again, by finding those meals that can be dual purpose, right? They could serve as a dinner and as lunches throughout the week and that are easy to make. This meal was definitely fully prepared, cooked, and ready to eat in less than an hour, and that is good for me. The second way that I'm starting my weeks off strong is by treating Monday like it is a special occasion. Now you might be thinking, what am I talking about? But this is actually an approach that I've been taking for years now, and I find that it is really effective for starting the week off strong and developing that fulfilled life where we are meeting our goals. Now, treating Monday like it is a special occasion is going to look differently for each individual person, right? And that is sort of the beauty of it. So for me, that means getting up in the morning, making sure that I make my bed. It's a really small effort. It contributes to habit stacking. If you don't know much about habit stacking, it derives from the book Atomic Habits. And basically the idea is we can combine small habits onto one another. And over time, it will become easier for us to fulfill each of those habits. Of course, these are habits for good, right? They're habits that increase productivity and overall well-being in our lives. Happy to share that book in the description section down below. I recommend it to everyone. I read it last January and it was a great way to start off the new year. But basically, the idea here is that for me, a special occasion means waking up in the morning, making my bed, maybe putting on a bit of makeup, helping myself to feel ready for the day. So even if I am having meetings at home throughout the day, I don't have to go in anywhere, I still will take a bit of time to freshen myself up and make myself feel good and strong for the day ahead. That's what works for me. You have to find what works for you, what makes you feel strong, ready, and prepared for a good day ahead. And then the last way that I'm starting the week off strong is by embracing flexibility and having grace with myself. So this is the last point that I will make today, but it is definitely not the least important. In fact, I think that if you take anything from this video, it is to take this tip ahead. So for instance, this morning, I realized that I was starting to feel a bit of anxiety coming on, right? So I noticed those sort of quick repetitive thoughts, noticed that I wasn't feeling very good or clear-minded. So I decided to change up my plan, and before launching into getting ready, I did a brief meditation that really promoted some good breathing exercises and just helped to release that anxiety that I was feeling at the start of my week. The meditation app that I use is called Insight Timer. It is a free donation-based app. I can sometimes ignore my urge to take a break, my urge to rest. And by ignoring it, this can actually result in a lot more anxiety and therefore decrease my productivity, decrease my well-being, and so forth. So I've tried to become more in tune with those urges to pause. And this morning I went ahead and responded to that urge, and I took less than 10 minutes to do this meditation. So again, the idea here being that we have to be flexible even though we set out a schedule for ourselves. If that isn't working for us in the moment, then it's best to just have some grace with ourselves, be flexible, and take that moment for whatever it is that we need for our well-being so that we can still have a strong day and a strong week ahead. So these are just a few small efforts and approaches that I take in order to ensure a strong start to my day and a strong start to my week. Which portion of this video did you find most helpful? I would love to know. Please share with us in the comment section below, and I hope you have a wonderful week.